So, uh, uh, should I understand that it this way that Ajnani uh, uh, sees everything as one, yet also it's like he sees that everything is ocean, yet he also sees the waves. Because right now I see you as a person, Prabhuji, speaking to me. So I cannot imagine Prabhuji just thinking about me as a only consciousness, everything as consciousness. Probably he's also thinking about me as Nikhil. So that's the question
Okay.
I had. Yeah.
So, your question is, how does the Gnani see the world? Is that question?
Yes, right.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. An actor is there in a drama theater. Okay. He is acting role of a beggar. Now, one day he starts believing that he is a beggar and he starts suffering. I'm a beggar, I'm poor. Then he goes to a counselor. Counselor tells him, you are not a beggar, you are an actor, you are a rich man. So now the beggar starts thinking that I am the actor. So what has happened in this whole process?
Like his habit of associating himself with beggar.
His mental habits have changed. That's all. Mental habits have gone.
Hmm, right.
He has understood the truth.
Hmm,
Others, he has, because of his mental habit and this thing, under wrong understanding, he was suffering.
hmm,
He had forgotten that he's an actor.
hmm, right.
His position as an actor has not changed.
Hmm,
His role as a beggar has not changed.
hmm,
But his understanding of himself has changed.
hmm,
Correct?
right.
So now, earlier the beggar was acting and crying and really crying.
Hmm,
And when people don't give the money, he'll cursing them.
hmm,
Oh, stupid fellow, you are not giving the money. You have a lot of money, you are not giving me. They're angry with them.
hmm,
Now the beggar has realized he's an actor,
hmm.
and beggar realizes that all the people in the role are actors only.
Yes. Okay.
Okay?
Hmm,
A rich man comes and doesn't give the money, he's actor.
hmm,
A poor man comes, he doesn't give the money, he's actor.
hmm.
Then what will beggar say? Beggar will look at the poor man or rich man or an actor coming in different roles.
Huh.
Hmm?
I sorry, beggar?
A beggar, earlier he was cursing rich man who didn't give the money.
Yes.
Okay, now the same rich man he knows is an actor. He's a rich man's actor, is coming and giving the money or not giving the money.
Yeah, right.
So he's not getting emotionally involved in the transaction.
Yeah, right.
Correct now?
Huh, right.
So now the beggar can say, I'm no longer in the movie, I'm an actor, I'll go out home.
Huh, okay.
Okay. Or beggar may say, I'll continue to be in the movie, I'll play the role.
Hmm,
I'll play the role nicely, but I'll not no emotional disturbance.
okay.
Rich man comes, oh, hey, very nicely he's acting as a rich man. I'll also very nicely I'll shout as a beggar.
Huh,
So he will appear, rich man will appear only. But in the position of rich man, he knows his art actor is there, right?
hmm,
So both will be simultaneously possible,
hmm,
right? Seeing the rich man and seeing the actor, both are simultaneously possible, right?
yeah, right.
It's not either or.
Hmm,
In ignorance, you are only seeing beggar.
hmm,
In ignorance, you are only seeing rich man.
yeah, right.
Now we are seeing both.
Hmm,
So similarly, a gnani will see both Brahman and the form simultaneously.
okay.
Understand?
Yes.
And he may continue to play the role of a guru or a teacher to people who are coming and asking for help.
Hmm, okay.
Or he may decide, I don't want to act, I'll take a retirement and go away also.
Hmm,
So your question is, does Nani see the form and the formless simultaneously? Yes, he sees.
okay.
So it's like saying, earlier I saw a rope
Hmm,
and I was afraid it is a snake
hmm,
because I didn't know there was a rope was there.
hmm,
Okay.
hmm,
So now somebody shows me a rope is there
hmm,
and it's not a snake. But as because of dim light condition, I'll see a snake only. but I know it's a rope. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Snake is seen, but you know it's a rope.
Hmm.
Similarly, Gnani sees the form, but he knows it's Brahman
Hmm.
in first level.
Hmm.
So this is the stage 4 of enlightenment.
Yeah.
Did you listen to my 7 stages of
Yeah.
enlightenment?
Satvapati, you're
It's
talking
in
about.
Sattopati stage.
Hmm.
He sees the snake, but he knows it's a rope.
Hmm.
That means he sees the form and he knows it's a rope.
Hmm.
Why? Because his prarabdha karma and mental vasanas are still not dissolved fully, so that he is involved in the world but not attached.
Hmm. Okay.
That's called Sattopati. He is Jivan Mukta only.
Hmm.
Nothing in the world affects him. He sees the snake, but he knows it's a rope.
Hmm.
But gradually, the vasana and sanskars, he can stay at that level and can die also. He'll be liberated only. He will not take next birth.
Hmm.
But his prarabdha karma and samskaras can dissolve further.
Hmm.
Then what will happen? He may not see the snake at all. He may only see the rope. In perception also, he'll see something. He'll see only Brahman only. The mind, ultimately, mind is the interpreter, no?
Yes, yes.
The interpretation can dissolve to a certain extent. Says he's only Brahman.
Okay.
Right? Initially, he sees the rope. Initially, you're seeing the rope and confusing the snake. At the stage 4, he sees the rope, but he knows it is snake.
Hmm. He sees the snake, but he knows it as a.
He knows it's a rope.
Huh.
And he deals with this. He is free to deal with as a snake or a rope.
Okay.
At that level.
Hmm.
At stage 5 and 6 and 7, so stage 4, he's still in the world because the prarabdha karma which brings students or disciples is not fully dissolved.
Okay.
So he can act like a guru, knowing very well that everybody is Brahman.
Okay.
He sees the snake and deals with the rope.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then what will happen? His prarabdha comes start dissolving. The student may come down, or student may be already understanding. So he doesn't have to do more interaction in society.
Okay.
So then what will happen? He doesn't even see the snake. He starts seeing more and more rope only. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So now what will happen? His interaction in the society will start coming down because he is no longer able to see the form. Every form is Brahman only for him.
Hmm.
Earlier, he was able to deal with the Brahman in the form of form in the stage 4.
Yes.
Now, even the form also becomes very weak in the mind. Only Brahman is there. That's why stage 5, 6, 7, which is optional, his interaction in the society starts coming down.
Okay. So I have got another question.
Related or different?
Different. Like it's related, but also different.
Okay.
So we
So should
can.
we change the question?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Okay. What is the question?
So if
So?
1 minute, I'm trying to reformulate it. If given that there is a lot of suffering in the world, how can uh, uh, are you saying the amount of help that a jnani can do to the world is dependent on his prarabdha? So as his prarabdha dissolves, he may not help the society. Uh, uh, because once he sees everything as Brahman, then he would stop seeing his disciples as disciples, right? So and he may not be able to help others. So given that there are a lot of people in the world, why not the jnani actually continue helping for 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 a longer time?
So here you have to understand, a Gnani comes from a long history of many lifetimes. Okay. So there are Gnanis who are enlightened after many lifetimes of good karma. They are called bodhisattvas. So a Buddha does many lifetimes of karma. His only desire is to help people, not personal liberation. So for that, he does a lot of good karma in many lifetimes. That's why he becomes a very powerful being when he is born. He's born with a very powerful karma, prarabdha, with a lot of extraordinary powers. Not with miraculous powers, but extraordinary abilities. Whereas there are many people who will do sadhana for getting freedom, liberation. So there are two parts to sadhana. Atmano mokshartam, jagaditaya. In case of bodhisattvas, jagaditaya role becomes important. I want to help people. I want to serve the people. So that's why a bodhisattva takes a vow every lifetime. The vow is, I will not take liberation. I will not become at a nirvana until I am able to alleviate the sufferings of a large number of sentient beings. But for that, he has to struggle through many lifetimes, acquire good karma, good punya, consciously. And that good punya is like a bank balance that he can encash when he becomes enlightened. That good punya is encashed to do service to a larger number of people. Whereas another category, that's called Atmano mokshartam jagaditaya. There are category of people who are more interested in getting freedom. I'll become free. I'm okay with that. So they are called arhats, arhantas. They are also called jivan muktas. So now this jivan mukta, he does his sadhana. What is minimum required? I'll do it for my liberation. So he doesn't acquire a good merit over lifetimes to be able to help many more people. They are called jivan muktas. And those people, bodhisattvas who have done acquired some good merit in many lifetimes to help others, they are called, they become Buddhas, Buddha. Greater than them become Tathagata Buddha. It's like Avatar Purusha. In Nanis, the people who have done sadhana for Loka Kalyana, service to the world, they become what we call Sadguru. And many of them could be Avatar Purushas also. So it all depends on what is the background with which you have done sadhana, how much you can do. Is there enough good merit, good punya which has come? You should have bank balance. Did you get what I'm saying?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
See,
yes.
today, Nikhil, I'm seeing a poor man suffering. Okay. So to go and help him, I should have a lot of money, no? Otherwise, how will I help him money?
Yeah.
The prarabdha karma should have a good merit or good punya accumulated over many lifetimes to become a Sadguru or Avatar Purusha. Equivalent of that. Okay. Other people are limited. They have become free. Okay. Like that we see in examination also, no? Many people go for examination, right? Only few people want a rank. So other people say, I get a pass mark is okay now, good enough, no? Or I get a job, I am good enough, no?
Yeah.
Enlightenment also is like that only. I get liberated, I'm fine. I am able to help many people is what makes a bodhisattva, and what makes a Buddha, or what makes a Sadguru or an enlightened being, or a Tathagata Buddha.
Okay.
They are also Tirthankaras. They have to acquire good punya in many lifetimes. They have to struggle through, and every lifetime they'll postpone their liberation, postpone their enlightenment fully, because I have to acquire good merit more.
So what does
Guruji, that means to say
yes,
please continue. I'll ask later.
That means to say that there is control over the good punya merit that is accrued or postponing of liberation.
100%, right? As long as I have a doership, I can do. The karma comes because of doership, and consciously I can do good karma. Consciously I can get nishkama karma.
But will I have the control over vasanas?
I'm saying consciously, everybody will have control over vasanas, no? So Kantiji today, I mean, I'm just giving example, right? Somebody is drinking coffee. Okay, coffee vasana is there. Doctor says coffee you drink, tomorrow you'll die. So you'll do coffee vasana, no? Huh? See,
But
we have, see, what is the challenge here, Kanchikati? We have 5% conscious mind, 95% subconscious mind. Okay, what is conscious only has become subconscious. So some amount of control and ability we have in the conscious mind, that's called Purushartha. Right? The Purushartha you can use to drop more and more vasanas and become purified. That's what is called Nishkama Karma. That's called Karma Yoga. And that karma that you can do, acquire more good punya also. That's called, you can acquire punya also, or you can acquire papa also. Doership is there. But doership can be used for acquiring punya or papa or becoming Nishkama Karma and enlightenment also. So I don't have a control over vasanas is not correct. You have a control. But how much control you have depends on your ability, conscious ability. Yeah. Are we clear?
So I have the control over the vasanas depending on how detached I am in my work. Whatever I do.
How much aware you become, more and more you become aware, more and more you'll be freed from vasanas now. And doesn't mean that all vasanas will free. What vasanas can do good to others will not free. What vasanas are good for you, you don't free. Shama, Dama, Titisha, Upanishads, Samadana also vasanas, but that will not become free. They'll develop more. Understand? Good vasanas will develop more. That's called Daivi Sampattu. Daivi Sampatti will acquire more. Asuri Sampatti will destroy. Bhagavad Gita chapter 15. Right? See, enlightenment means, oh, I'm becoming liberated. I don't know good and bad. I don't care good and bad. It's not like that. You will develop qualities which will make mind peaceful. Remove qualities which makes mind disturbed. Use the qualities which makes you peaceful to help others. Right? Qualities which makes you feel good. Why should you drop them? No. Shama, Dama, Titisha, Upadishraddha, Samadhana, Mumukshatva. You develop it, no? Karma Yoga means what? A conscious action, no?
So automatically the vasanas will reduce. When this is done, and now there need not be any concentration on that vasanas. We not give any importance to that.
Don't worry about vasanas. Try to develop good vasanas, other vasanas will drop now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Nikhil, you are asking something?
It's something on the same lines. You said there is nothing called enlightenment.
No, I didn't say. Wrong.
Okay.
I said there is nothing called liberation.
Okay.
It's called enlightenment, means illumination of the mind is there. Okay. Do not mix up my two words. I said liberation and bondage is not real. Ignorance in the mind, which is causing you problem, is the real. That ignorance has to be nullified with the wisdom. That's called enlightenment.
Okay. But once someone gains wisdom, the only work that is left is to get it deeper into the subconscious. So basically removing the opposite vasanas. So then what does postponing enlightenment mean? Because consciously someone might know that he is a Brahman, but subconsciously his vasanas are not letting him see that as reality.
No. Now, it is actually bodhisattvas. They say, I want to serve the world. I want to help sentient beings. Okay. What exactly is the formula required to liberation? They don't know. Buddha came to know the formula only when he sat in meditation. Exactly the final breaking point that doesn't come. The internal breaking point. Till that point, work in progress only.
Okay.
They are understanding themselves and they are serving the world. Atma mokshatam jagataya. Atma mokshatam jagataya.
Okay.
But their desire, their life will be more focused on jagataya, and that's driven. The compassion and service drives them.
Okay.
Suffering or getting rid of suffering becomes secondary.
Okay.
So to become free from completely break from all vasana and samskara, the final form, final click doesn't happen. It doesn't happen so easily. So it happened to Buddha after many lifetimes. See, Buddha went to the forest, sat, meditated. Buddha is not an ordinary person. He came from a school. He came from a Gurukula where he has learned moksha. He has learned scriptures and everything is done.
Yes.
So even then, he didn't know exactly what is required to make the break, final break. So that clicked to him. But before that clicked to him, he has done many janmas, many sadhana, many lifetimes as bodhisattva. Compassion, with out of love and compassion, he was doing service. Both externally and internally, it was getting affected. Good karma, chitta shuddhi was happening, and he was becoming more and more evolved.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yes.
So, some jnanis will go out in the world and help others. They have done many lifetimes of sadhana to acquire good merit, good punya, to acquire good parabdha, to be able to help many people. It's like saying a rich man can you help many poor people, but he has to be rich, no? So there are some jnanis who have done enough good merit, prabdha enough to take care of themselves. They become what we call Jivan Muktas or Arihants. And those who are able to go out and help the world, they become Buddhas. They are actually continuation Bodhisattvas. And finally, they become Buddhas or Tathagata Buddha. It's equal to Avatar Purusha also.
Okay.
They are less and less number, right? In any school also, the people who pass SLC will 10 lakh, the people who go to POC is 5 lakh, like that will come down, no? The higher and higher quality evolution will start coming down. Not everybody will be at the same level of good karma. It's like ultimately it's a prarabdha karma, good karma, which will help them to help others.
Like basically, a lot may get enlightened, but a few can become masters.
Yeah. See, it's typically bahunam janmanamante gnanavan mam prapadite. A man to become wise, enlightened, it requires many lifetimes, not one lifetime. Okay. Out of that, let's say out of 100 people who become enlightened, they become Jivan Mukta or become stage 4. Only few of them, maybe out of 100, will be able to become a Sadguru or realized master. Rest 99, they may be able to help others, but in a limited way. Not maybe they may be able to become more compassionate, they may give some food to somebody, or they may do some good words, but they may not be able to guide somebody to enlightenment. So those who were able to guide to enlightenment is 1 in 100 or rare, 1 in 1,000 also. Other people will be able to help, but not for full enlightenment. May be able to help in some way. They may like Janaka Raja, he was a king. He was taking care of people well. Like that, they may help in their own roles. And many of them were enlightened. People may not even come to know they are enlightened. They may continue to play the role. They do it well. They help others to whatever extent they can in their role. So now your question is, there is so much of suffering in the world. Why enlightened being cannot go and solve the suffering? Because he doesn't have the enough good karma or good merit, good prarabdha karma to go and solve that problems. That's where in Sanatana Dharma we say a Sadguru will come who has much more larger ability. An Avatar Purusha will come who has a much more larger role to play in the world. Are we clear?
Yes.
Any other questions?
I have. It's completely irrelevant to all these discussions. So it was seeing.
Let's stop this recording and then we'll ask the next question. What is that?
Yeah. So.